That's right, we're going to be working on the temple ruins today. I've just started the bridge and done a bit of tidying up around this area, making it look a bit nicer. So we come up the stairs now, we have a little path and our bridge, which is going to take us to our ruined temple. So the plan is to complete these stairs and a pathway along here and another set of stairs there. This might get left just for now. That's the main entrance. But I want to complete these stairs first and then do this area. I have a nice plan for this area and I want to get it fully in before we start going inside the base. And I'm probably going to do some of it on a time lapse, not all of it, because that's a lot of work. And you'll be watching a time lapse forever. So I'll do some of it on time lapse and then I will come back and show you where I've got to. So I've been kind of busy marking up and looking at where I want everything. So if we come down to here, we have like some broken archways and these now drop down the front. And we have the stairs over here. As you can see, I've done the main door. Now it is all stone at the moment because I plan on building what I want and then I'm going to ruin it afterwards. So inside here, this is going to be the design and it's going to run down both sides all the way in, around the corner, down this way, down there, and then in there is going to be my next project. That's going to be the entrance. Ugh. And then here we have like a pool in the middle and there's going to be some pillars all the way around. We have another access way in here, which will later decide on where this is going to lead into the base. I'm not sure yet, so it's going to get left. Inside there is going to get left just as this raw wall at the moment. We have some, like a dome on top there and some broken walls here, there and everywhere. So the idea is now maybe, so I'll come along and I'll dig some of this out and replace it with soil and let the grass take over. Maybe use some cobblestone and things like that to make the arches look a bit more broken. Bushes, vines and mossy bricks to fill out the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to get up to next. So before I get into how far we've got with the ruined temple, I've added shaders to the game because I think it looks so much better and it'd just be nicer to play with shaders. So I thought I'd come over here and show you what the village looks like with shaders. Kind of looks cool. So let's get on up to the ruin and show you what's been going on. Okay, so we come along our bridge. I still need a little bit of work doing here. But I'll just add that in as we go. So we've added some trees up the left side here, and this is looking so much better. So like I said, inside here is not really changed, because we don't actually know what we're going to be doing with this just yet. But we've got like a little archway above that's overgrown inside, and we've put some vines around, things like that, and broke up the square ground that we had by replacing it with some shrubbery. We have the pool in the middle, which again with shaders looks so much better. And I've ruined everything, like the posts going round, some more of the floors, you can see the archways. Just looking a whole lot better. Now it's been ruined a bit. Then over this way, little hole here. Over this way we have the doorway entrance I was talking about, and I'm quite happy with how that looks, so I'm going to leave that as it is. And then when you come inside, I've done all these corridors running down right the way down to this corner to here, and this is where we have got up to. So for this area, I'm thinking I'm going to flood this area, so this is like a bridge. But first things first, we need to get on with this project, and this is going to be our central storage. We are already running out of space in our old storage, and I have a ton of shulker boxes outside which are just full. So we need to start getting onto our automatic sorting system. So I'm thinking a little crossway filled with water, 3 rooms, and in each room is going to be a separate automatic storage system in each. So the first thing I'll do is I'll dig this out and build the main room first. So we've undergone some changes, and I've ruined this archway a little, this corridor a little more. So it's looking a bit more like bits have fallen down. It's going down here, and then now we have our cross room. So I've built a big doorway just here. And then in this room, this is our cross section that we was talking about. So the roof's caving in, and that's why we have like cobble and stuff like that all in the water down below. We have this huge hole here with the overgrown going on in the middle of it. And then we have our 3 rooms. So the plan is, where you see this here, this is going to be a chest. And there's going to be a chest at the other side, exactly the same. And this is going to be our dump chest. So when we want to come back and unload all the stuff, we're going to chuck it all in the chest, and then that's going to sort it out and send it off to the storage systems so they get automatically sorted, which will be in here. So right now, this is my storage. So the first thing I'm going to do is this room. And then I'll move on to this room and that room. At the moment, these kind of just go into caves. So we've got a large cave here I'm getting shot at. And on this side, we're actually coming outside the mountains. So I've got to figure all that out from the outside point of view. But for now, that room there is going to be replicated. This side, that side. And we're going to start the storage system. So first things first, I need to get the stuff ready and start building the first module and then make it go around. Okay, so that's our first module set up. So if you don't know how this works, basically we want this hopper to take from this one, and that's why that nozzle points out this way instead of straight down, because if it was pointing straight down, this would place into that, and we don't want that. So at the moment, this can't take any items from here because that torch, it powers that and turns it off. And we want to take a reading with the comparator from this one. Currently has 45 items in, and comparator reads that and gives us a signal of 2. If I put one more in, it'll give us a signal of 3 down here. And then that'll power these two, power in that block, turning that torch off, which allows this to take from there. And that's how that all works. So just to give you a quick example, if we now put that up to 64, it'll start because that's turned off. And as it drops to 41, the signal will drop back to 2. These will get unpowered and the torch will go back on like that. And this is now locked again, and the items are now in there. So all we have to do now is we have to repeat this all the way across there, and across there. So then we have our like U-shape of chests with all the items all set up, which we won't be doing that just yet. But then once I've got this first module going across, I need to figure out the input. So, which is probably going to run across here, because the next block takes us into that room. So I'll run it across here and out, because our inputs are out here, which are going to be these chests either side. So I'll finish the module all the way across, and then I'll look at setting those up. Okay, so now that I've extended that out all the way, I've run a new hopper line above. This will be our feed to all the machines. And I've also set up the chests. So we have our chest there, we dump everything in, hopper takes it, and there is a dropper there that's going to kick it out. And this basically, when an item is inside the dropper, the comparator picks up a signal, boosts the signal, and then that boosted signal will go back down this line and back into the comparator. The comparator will compare the signals, turn off, and then when a new item comes in, it'll turn on. So like a clock, basically. And then this side, it just gives the signal to that block there, which then powers it and spits out the item. So if I go ahead and stick 14 bricks in there, this starts to happen. You can hear it's being kicked out. And if we go, that's it, it's out. If we come around this side and we check this hopper at the moment, because we've not set them all up, we've got all 14 back. So there's no loss either. I've also set the other side up exactly the same. And if I go down here, I can show you where it's all going. So dropper's spitting out here and the items are landing in the water. The water then takes the items this way. We have the ice to keep it flowing so it doesn't get stuck. And the sign there to stop the water coming back across so the flow stays in one direction. And then here's the other dropper. And all items get pushed along here and up here. And into this top line of hoppers that feed our system. So now that I've got that done, I just need to repeat the process here and here, and then do the other two rooms and have that hopper line running all the way around into the other room and then into that room. And that will be ready for us to start putting in our selected items, and we can do the final test by chucking all this into those chests and allowing it to self-sort. So that's what I'm going to do. And so here's where we're at. So now I've got all the storage systems in and they're all lined up, ready and rocking. I've already put everything in. And this room is the same as the others. However, there's still more I want to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the walls and the ceiling yet, but I'm just glad I've got the storage system in. Same with this room. This one's completed. I keep saying completed, but there's still a lot of work to do. And the last one's a little different. So we have it filtered there, and then these last ones here are not filtered at the moment. So these are just like catching everything that goes through that's not already filtered. And some of that's still to go back into my shulker boxes. But so far it's looking relatively good. There's still some work I need to do. Like I've done some ruin over here, and I need to like bone meal these to get some lights in the corners and stuff like that. I did quite a bit of extra work down the corridors and stuff, and I'll just keep ruining as I go, and it'll just get better and better, hopefully. But unfortunately, that's all I've got time for on this episode, so I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.